Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm a counsellor, a mother, and a woman who believes in safeguarding, and I just can't keep quiet about what's just happened in Parliament. I'm just shocked, really. So, this week, 17th of June 2025, MPs voted to remove criminal penalties for women who end their own pregnancies at any stage, and that means up to birth. There's no legal limits. There was no debate, and there was no public awareness. And if you're shocked by that, well, it's understandable because I am too. And I'm someone who's pro-choice, but I think the law as it was okay. It was about right. It's not about shaming women. It's about thinking about when did we stop caring about the lives of the most vulnerable and what happens when we let politics override principles. Because this wasn't about compassion. We are told that this change was about protecting women from being prosecuted after stillbirths or desperate home abortions. And yes, those cases are heartbreaking and no woman should be criminal for a miscarriage or a moment of despair. That's not justice, that's just cruelty. But let's not pretend that this amendment stops there. What it actually does, it removes all criminal protection for unborn babies up until the moment of birth, and it quietly strips away what little accountability existed without offering anything in return. There's no new safeguards, there's no requirement for medical supervision, no limits, just silence. And if you pass a law with such sweeping implications without serious public scrutiny or ethical debate, that's not compassion, that's avoidance. That's fear of what the public might say if they really knew what was going on. Who speaks up for the baby? We keep hearing that this is about trust in women's choices, and I agree women do deserve to be trusted, but every late stage pregnancy is more than one body, more than one life, and that's what makes this so hard. That's what makes this so human. When we pretend that 8-month pregnancy is the same as an 8-week one, we erase the complexity and we erase the child. And in doing that, we erase the experience of countless women who know in their bones that what they lost was a baby and not just a clump of cells. So who speaks out for the child? Who speaks out for the baby with a heartbeat, with formed limbs, who could survive outside the womb with the right care? This law says no one does, not anymore. The culture that this creates is a bit worrying, because culture can be shaped by the law. And what this law says is that the unborn have no legal existence at all unless they are wanted. That human value is conditional. That seeps into everything, into healthcare, into counselling, into how we talk to women about grief and loss, into how we support women in coercive or abusive situations, because, yeah, abortion, coercion exists. And it thrives in silence. By removing legal boundaries entirely, you don't just empower choice, you risk empowering pressure. You risk empowering abusers, and that's something that we can't ignore. Let me tell you what I see in my counselling room. I see women grieving in silence, women who felt they had no choice, women who were told it was just a procedure. But later, they felt the weight of a loss no one around them would acknowledge. And this isn't about shame, it's about the truth. The truth's often uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to say, I wish someone had helped me make a different choice. Or I didn't know I was allowed to feel this devastated. And now with no law recognising the unborn child, these women have even less space to grieve, to be heard, and to find closure, because our culture says that wasn't real, but it was real to her. And we owe her better than that. You're allowed to say this is wrong. You're allowed to say that a baby at 35 weeks deserves protection, that abortion is not just a healthcare decision. When the baby could survive outside the womb, it's more than that, isn't it? We can say that women deserve support, not slogans. We can say that difficult choices deserve difficult conversations, not rushed amendments with no scrutiny. And we can say that a just society protects the voiceless, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's politically unpopular. So if you're a woman watching this and you feel like the ground just shifted under you, it did. If you're a mother, a midwife, a teacher, or just someone who deeply cares about human dignity, this change should really worry you, because the way laws change, culture isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. It's a shift in language, a shift in tone. It's a new way of doing things that no one voted for, but everyone adjusts to. That's how values erode, one silent step at a time. So don't stay silent. If this resonates with you, speak up. Share this, write to your MP, start talking again, because silence is how we got here. And if you're someone who feels lost in this conversation, if you're grieving, you're angry, conflicted, or you're just trying to make sense of it all, I'm here not with judgment but with honesty. You can visit kellyoliverdougall.co.uk to learn more about my counselling work, because hard conversations deserve safe places and women deserve better than this. And also, if you would rather speak publicly about this, you can come on my podcast and share your feelings about this or any other subject that you'd like. My podcast is about the experience of women and women's rights, and this is definitely a women's issue, and I'd love to know what you think, so please let me know in the comments.